it's Dora here. So today I want to talk a little bit about the feet. So I want to talk about the feet because our feet are the foundation of all our standing poses. So I think that this is important to get right as we always want to build from a strong foundation up. So whenever you're ready, come onto your feet and just take comfortable stands. And if you're not quite sure how wide your feet should be, you might just maybe take a walk back and forth. And then we'll come to a stop. And then just notice where your feet are, where they want to be. And if this feels natural and comfortable to you, then this is maybe where you want to stay. But otherwise, you can make any adjustments as needed. Now, whether we want to point the feet straight ahead or slightly out to the sides, it's going to be up to you and what feels good in your body. So you might have your feet facing straight forward, or you might have them slightly turned out. One thing that you might want to perhaps think about is pointing your knees and your feet in the same direction. So if your knees are slightly pointed outward, then your toes or your feet are going to follow. So come to what feels natural here for you. And then even just giving yourself a moment here just to add subtle movements, maybe rocking back and forth, just to notice the different areas of the feet and different sensations that you might feel as you add this movement. And then slowly begin to settle in. Now I want us to locate the 3 points of the feet. So the first point is the center of your heels. So let's start with one foot. It doesn't matter which one. We will always do both. So pick a foot that you want to work with and start to bring your awareness and your weight a little bit more towards the center of that heel. And you might rock back and forth a little bit just to feel into that spot. Maybe even visualizing where that center of that heel is, and bring your attention there. And then next we're going to find the second spot, or the second point. And that's going to be your pinky toe mount, so the base of your pinky toe. And again, you might gently rock back and forth in and out of that spot to start to bring some sensation and awareness into that place. And then we're going to bring the weight from the pinky toe mount to the big toe mount of that foot. And again, a little bit of movement here might help you find that place. And then we're going to go to the center of the heel on the other foot, so crossing over now. And again, just gently feeling into that point. And then sending the weight and your awareness into the pinky toe mount of the second foot. Again, giving yourself a moment to feel, notice where that point is. And then bring the weight to the big toe mount of the second foot. And then we're going to continue the cycle, so crossing over back to the first foot, center of the heel, pinky toe mount, big toe mount, crossing over to the second foot, center of the heel, pinky toe mount, big toe mount. So give yourself a moment to cycle through these points slowly, taking your time. So we're drawing a figure 8 here, following the points in our feet. And really bring your awareness into each point, and maybe even allow the awareness to get to the point first before you bring your weight over. So think of the next point and then bring your weight over. So take your time. Feel through these points. And if you hear me mention the points of the feet in any of my yoga classes, these are the points that I want you to find. The 3 points of each foot. And then slowly we're going to come back to center. And notice if those points of your feet are more awake now and you're paying more attention to them. Notice if you can ground down evenly into all those points in your feet. So the center of your heels, pinky toe mounts, and your big toe mounts. And it might help for you to lift up all your toes and spread them out. And you might feel those points a little bit more as you do this. And you might also feel that your feet or the muscles in your feet are more engaged. And you might notice the lifting up of the arches of the feet, the inner and outer arches. Now notice if you can keep this action going. As you gently lower the toes back down, can you keep the feet engaged? Can you keep noticing or feeling those points at the feet? Now see if you can keep the feet active as we ground down into those points. Now as we ground down into the points, try not to ground down in your feet like so. Imagine that the energy is coming from the tops of the legs, so all the way from your hips. And the energy is grounding down from this point all the way through your legs, finding those points in your feet. And the energy is traveling further, so it's going deeper into the floor beneath you. Maybe think of grounding down 2 feet below your feet. Okay. So as you send energy from the tops of the legs down, you might feel engagement of the legs. You might even feel an automatic drawing in of the low belly. So keep grounding from the tops of the legs down. Feel the energy traveling deep down into the earth. Feel rooted where you are. And then at the same time, we're going to gently hug the core in. So we're going to gently hug the navel in towards the spine. But also imagine that your whole waist from the side and the back are all just gently cinching in. And as you gently draw in, we're going to also add in a lifting action. So you're going to pull in and up, lengthening along the spine all the way out through the crown of the head. Feeling as though you're creating a little bit more space in each of your vertebrae. And then as you stand here, notice the 2 kind of opposing energy. One is drawing you in and up, and the other one is grounding you from the tops of the legs down, rooting you into the earth. As you feel these 2 energy pulling in opposite directions, can we relax somewhat the arms and shoulders down? And we'll take a deep breath in, feeling the chest expand in all directions. And breathing out, enjoying your mountain pose here. So this is the foundation for your standing poses. And anytime we find ourselves in our standing pose, it's a variation of what's happening here. So this is really your foundation. So in my classes, I will try my best to remind you about the points of the feet, about grounding down from the tops of the legs deep down into the earth, and also encouraging you this sort of lengthening along the spine. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Namaste.